my friends and solo. You don't wanna miss this, watch the show now. Press the button for updates, fast do it now. Notify, subscribe and like. Miss Lily's World. Watch it, go on, watch it, Miss Lily's World. Watch it, go on, watch it.
Hey, it's your girl Miss Lee here. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, depending on where you are. If you're new to my channel or you're returnee, guys, please, I'm gonna ask again, please help me at least have a minimum of 1,000 subs. Please subscribe to my channel. Come on, guys, after all the great content that I share with you, the least you could do for me is just hit that subscribe button. Also, please like this video, hit the thumbs up, share this video, and hit the notification so that you are aware every time your girl drops new content. So I've brought you guys with me throughout my recent surgery journeys, and people constantly ask me questions. I just feel it's easier just to put it in a video because they're repetitive questions I keep being asked, and then I can share it with you guys. And this is one of them. So I've had a few DMs and emails about traveling alone, and people that I know have also asked me about traveling alone to have surgery. Now, before I go any further, again, I just want to let you guys know and put a disclaimer out. This is my opinion from my experiences. You have to be the one to make that final decision, and you know what's right for you. So I had my very first surgery. I had my breast done about 18 years ago in Paris. That's Paris, by the way. In case you were like, what, Paris? Yeah, okay, Paris. So I had someone to help me. I went with my cousin. She gave me a lot of moral and physical support at the time. It was my first ever surgery. I think it was the first surgery I ever had in my life. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't recall having any other surgery, like, And that was very much needed. I had surgery again. I replaced my breast in 2015. Guys, check out my previous video. I have spoken about this. And I had that here in the UK, but it was out of London. It was in Birmingham, so that's a 3-hour drive. And I done that alone. I went to the private hospital, had surgery there, came back alone. I also had a failed attempt at a BBL here in the UK, and that wasn't too far from where I lived. I think it was about a 45-minute drive. Again, I went alone, but I had someone to pick me up, but I was there, went through the whole thing alone. I went to Turkey, guys, as most of you know, in 2020, and I had a tummy tuck and another failed BBL. You might just say it's wrong. And I did part of that trip and that surgery alone. I did have help on the way back. Now, as most people who watch surgery videos, you guys have either had surgery or you're thinking of having surgery. So you guys will be quite familiar with this. You know, just before you have surgery, your emotions are all over the gaff. You feel nervous, your anxiety is high, you question yourself as to why am I doing this, and you're excited as well at the same time. And all of those emotions into one pot is a lot. And sometimes you need that moral support to just kind of calm you down. When I went to Paris for my first ever surgery, as I said, your girl had the support of her cousin. And it was really needed because no one spoke English. No one spoke English. No one. The surgeon spoke English. The lady that ran the business, I don't know what her title was, she spoke English, and she just came to oversee to make sure everything was okay. But other than that, the nurses and everybody else spoke like full-blown French and not English. So that was quite challenging. It was nice to have somebody there to support me through that, where I was nervous before I was going in. They ask you questions, you've got to fill forms in. You do not know what they're saying. You do not know exactly what it says on the forms because it's not in English. It's nice to have someone to calm you down, to help you try and translate it, to get you through that process. It's nice to then wake up once you come out of the recovery room to see somebody that does speak the same language as you, and you can explain how you feel, if you need help, if you need more pain relief or whatever. That is what I had when I went to Paris, and that was really useful because it was my first time ever having any form of surgery. Now, when we left, I left like within 72 hours of having my surgery. Like, I had the surgery, I slept that night, I slept at the hotel 2 nights. So the surgery night, the night after the surgery, and then I went home the following day. To travel after having your breast surgery so soon on a plane was like, I don't know how or why they did it, and I don't know how I did it, but I did it. It was really challenging. The pain. Now, all I know is out of all the surgeries I've had, I believe that was the most painfulest surgery. And I feel as well because I traveled way too soon after having surgery. But that was the most challenging and difficult journey. And if I didn't have someone there to help me with my luggage, I honestly know I would not have been able to travel. Now, fast forward however many years to 2015 when I had my breast replaced and I had that done here in the UK. I travelled alone. Now, the company that I went with had a chauffeur service, a taxi service, where they would come and pick you up from your house. They will drop you to the hospital, and when it's time to take you home, they will pick you back up from your hospital room and drop you to your front door, no matter where you live in the UK. That service is amazing. Now, I had this surgery alone, and I felt very comfortable doing it because I knew what to expect for my previous surgery. I prepared myself. I made sure I didn't have no bags. I had to physically carry on me, as I knew I wouldn't be able to do that because of the pain afterwards. Also, it was slightly a different and an easier experience because I was here in the UK, everybody spoke English. So all the medical team spoke English. The paperwork that they gave me was in English. Everything was in English. And that helped me feel a little bit more comfortable in my environment. I didn't need someone physically there because I was quite comfortable. Now, the brilliant thing with the taxi service is that they literally meet you at your room and they just took all the bags. They helped right up into your front door. Fast forward a few more years and I had surgery again here in the UK alone. I think I was a pro at it at this point because, again, pack light, everybody spoke English, comfortable, all was good. I had somebody pick me up. My sister-in-law, shout out to Mo. That was all cool. And that, I was discharged the same day as surgery. I didn't stay there. I was discharged the same day as surgery. I had lipo and a BBL. So as most of you know, because I shared my journey with you, I had my tummy tuck and my, again, another failed BBL in Turkey in 2020. And part of that journey, and I done the surgery alone. I had my friend come meet me after I had the surgery and I went to the hotel. I had her come meet me then. The reason why I decided to do that for my tummy tuck, from reading reviews, and thank God I did, I knew it was a bigger operation. I knew it was more risky, but I knew I would need that help after the surgery, more so than before. I'd had surgery before a few times, so although yes, you still have the anxiety, that still remains every time you go and have surgery. You know, you still have mixed emotions. All the team that I dealt with, besides the nurses, spoke English, so that also put me at ease. I did ask if I was going to have English speaking nurses, and I was told yes. The nurses that worked in the hospital itself spoke very little English. Once I had that surgery and I went back to the hotel, that's when I needed that help. So this is why the question is really, really tricky with, would you go and have surgery alone, or would you recommend that? or not, because there's loads of pros and cons, and there's more pros to having somebody with you. So I came back from having my tummy tuck. I had a faja on. I bought another faja, and the faja that I bought, it was the wrong size, and she had to go somewhere to pick up the faja. She probably just had to go to the shop to go buy the faja for me, you know, and then come charge me one bag of money for the faja. I'm really joking, it wasn't that expensive. I think the faja, extra faja, was about £40. But anyway, I had to change. The faja that I had left the hospital with, although it was black, you could smell the blood, you can see the blood stains, you can see that I had open wounds and the fluids was on the faja, and I had to change. I had to have a shower and change. And your nurse ain't gonna do this for you, but my friend, shout out to Charlotte, because honestly, like, she helped me that trip, trust me. Charlotte took my faja and washed it. Now these are things that you don't necessarily know is going to happen and you can't plan for. She washed the faja, she pulled it out to dry. She was able to do that for me. And where I had drains, so I had my blood still flowing out, I still had bloods from my incision like coming out and fluids. So I had to change my faja. And the fact that she washed my faja during those couple of days when I changed them was so useful, because if you think about it, you know, you're wearing this thing that's literally skin tight, stuck onto your body, because it's a compression garment and it's got loads of fluids and your incisions are still open. That just breeds room for possible infection if you don't change when you're supposed to change. So it's really healthy and important to change. But not only that, it's really nice to have that support, because child, let me tell you something, if I was on my own, So I just didn't have the energy or the strength to do anything. Also, I started having this sneezing, like my allergies. I was sneezing, I was coughing. I don't know if that's something that happens after having a tummy tuck surgery, but honestly, I felt like my head was gonna explode at one point. I was getting headaches and my stomach was gonna just explode every time I sneezed or coughed. It was like something got tickly in my throat and I started coughing and I was sneezing, and I felt like my stomach had loads of blood rushing around. I could feel the blood rushing around. I felt my stitches were gonna burst. I had to have a pillow and hold it onto my stomach whilst I was coughing or sneezing or whatever was going on with me. Now, to be on your own and experience that is scary. You would think that something really bad is happening with you. To have somebody there to calm you down. I mean, I would have been able to call the nurse, but Charlotte constantly called the nurse. She constantly told them Wagwan, the person that ran the company. She constantly told her what was happening with me. By the time I got to the hospital, the doctor was aware. We both told them again. Yes, I would have been able to do that, but it would have been more challenging for me to do that because I was in so much pain and discomfort. Also, hotel beds are not designed for when you come out of hospital after a tummy tuck. And to have somebody move your pillow and prop your pillow is something you cannot do yourself. Is important. You need it because you can't do that yourself. And if you can, hats off to you. But you know, I struggled. I was in a lot of pain and discomfort. I don't regret it. But another thing to help you get foods and stuff like that is it's really good to have somebody with you to do that. My main thing, besides or as well as what was happening to me in the hotel room, the main thing I felt that where Charlotte came in handy was the travel. Now, I had a handbag and I had a 4-wheelie case, and I struggled with both. We all know it's a long thing from once you walk through those airport doors to even get to passport control or check-in and the gate to go and get on the plane. I couldn't do it, and there was a point it's like, Charlotte, I can't do this. And Charlotte took my bags and she helped me. I struggled so much. That's where someone comes in handy. Again, when I had my breast done, Having that taxi service where I didn't have to carry a bag, anything, and having someone to bring my bags and put them in my house, that was so useful. You need that. You don't, not only it's because you don't have the energy or the strength, but you're in so much pain. You're not supposed to medically carry anything after surgery. So that, I felt, came, you know, having somebody with me or doing those things, it came in handy. Once I landed in Heathrow Airport with Charlotte, when we was coming back, we saw like this random wheelchair. It was just there. I swear, like it had my name on it at the time. I am in. And I was just like, Charlotte, look. Charlotte said, come, sit down, girl. And I tell you, I sat down and she wheeled me through that airport. And I swear it is everything that I needed. My brother picked me up. Shout out to my brother. Guys, you guys have met my brother through my other videos. He picked me up. And again, you need somebody to do that. So the pros is all there of having support. The con or the negative will be for the person that's with you is that they'll be bored because, you know, they're just kind of watching you heal kind of thing, like starting your healing or waiting to have your surgery. So in a nutshell, you can have surgery alone. I've done it. Would I recommend having surgery alone? No. If you can have somebody to help you, take the help. You will need it. So I wouldn't recommend traveling alone and having surgery alone, although it is possible. I remember asking the lady who ran the company that I went with to have my tummy tuck, you know, I'm coming alone, is that okay? And she was like, listen, for moral support, it's nice to have someone with you. Do you actually need somebody with you? No. And I would say the same thing. You don't actually need somebody with you, but it's better to have somebody with you. What I would also suggest if you are having surgery alone is to share the details of where you're having surgery, when you're having surgery. If you can, phone somebody just before you're going in, just to kind of give them the heads up on and the update on what's going on and what time you're having surgery and when you're coming out of surgery, etc. If something was to happen to you during surgery or after surgery, they can contact the hospital to find out if you're okay and possibly instruct them further. So please do that if you do travel alone to have your surgery. I would also recommend, if you're traveling alone to have your surgery, not to bring any handbags at all. Just bring something that you can pull in your four-wheelie case. It's going to be so much easier for you. After having my tummy tuck surgery and walking, I remember being out of breath. I remember not being able to move fast. I remember my mobility was limited, and therefore you just want to make that process as easy as possible. If you're abroad and you are flying out to go back home, make sure you give yourself whole heap of hours just to walk from point A to point B in that airport, because you're gonna need it, girl. Once you're on the plane, you should be all right. Like, you know, the flight attendants are quite good with helping people get their cases and luggage in the cabin, overhead lockers, or if you've checked it in, they can help lift it. They're quite good with that. And if you are alone, don't be afraid to ask for help. Ask for help in the hospital, ask for help in the hotel, ask for help in the airport, ask for help when you're on the plane. Ask for help. Don't be ashamed. If you need it, you need it. But if you can avoid going alone, or at least once you come out of surgery, try and have somebody with you. I do believe, I know I was going to have surgery alone again when I was going to have my revision done. That didn't happen. Again, guys, check out my failed revision video, and that's tummy tuck revision. I wasn't able to have nobody with me for that surgery, but I knew what to expect, and I was just going to ask for help all the way through that. So guys, I hope that's answered any questions that you may have had. I would definitely have somebody be with me once I came out of surgery. 100%. That is, for me personally, that's when I needed help the most. So that's when I would have somebody with me. But again, the final decision is up to you. You know you best. You know what you need. You know what's right for you. Make sure, guys, I always say this in my surgery videos, you check out the company who you're with, you check out the surgeon, the doctor who's doing your surgery, and you are comfortable and you are happy before you hand over any money and you book your date. Okay, guys, so if you have any other comments, you can continue to contact me via the channels that you have been doing, whether that's via email, whether that's via my DMs on IG, or drop in the comments in the comment section below. I will try and get back to you as quickly as possible, but guys, bear with me. You know, sometimes it takes a while. Life happens. There's a lot of you and there's only one me, you know. There's another video you want me to make, again, drop it in the comment section and I will be on it. I just felt that this was really important. I had a DM a few days ago, shout out to you, honey, asking me the same questions, and I was like, do you know what, this is such a popular question people keep asking. Let me share my experience and give my opinions to help you make that last final decision about having support with your surgery. Please remember, before you go anywhere and move on from this video, to give this video a thumbs up, like this video, share this video with anyone who you feel may find their content useful, and hit the notification so that you are aware every time I upload new content. Until next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and you will see me soon. Take care. Bye.